Welcome back to the Blue Lounge. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know you're expecting this video tomorrow morning, but because of a logistical matter, we had to post it tonight. So I hope you don't feel disappointed. I hope you're going to give it earlier than usual. So I'm guessing you're going to be quite happy about that. Andreas, welcome back to the show. It's been a minute, man. Where you been? Where you been, man?
First of all, thank you so much. I've just been on a trip to Paris, enjoying the summer. Took a little bit of a break, but I've been still been posting, and I'm on Twitter, and I'm so happy to be back to talk to you and all of the Chelsea fans on YouTube. So very happy to be back.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you had a good trip in Paris. And just to add, guys, Andreas's link is in the description for his socials. I think I've got his Instagram and Twitter both in the description. So go and check it out. Make sure you're following Andreas on there. And if you're following on Twitter and Instagram, my link is also in there. So give me a follow as well. Andreas, brother, we've had a madness of a couple of weeks, man. This whole Moises Caicedo situation and Liverpool coming in and trying to hijack it, and then we hijacked it back. Lavia, they wanted him. We took Lavia from under their noses. But what can you tell us about all of this? What's the word here? Drama that we've seen over the past few days, few weeks in regards to the whole Caicedo and Lavia Liverpool situation.
Yeah. So Chelsea was working on this the whole summer, but
Mm,
then Liverpool decided they also have been working on Lavia for some time.
yeah.
But on the Caicedo one, Chelsea were the ones that has been discussing with Caicedo the whole time, and then Liverpool thought that they had a real chance to get Caicedo because they thought the player was getting upset that Chelsea took so long time. So they went in for a record bid, agreed a fee of 110 million pounds with Brighton, but then they couldn't find an agreement with Caicedo and his agent.
Mm,
And Lavia was at the hotel chilling in London, and Liverpool was saying, "Are you coming soon? Are you coming to Liverpool to undergo the medical? We have a deal agreed for you." And Lavia was clear. No, Caicedo was clear. He said, "No, I'm going to stay in London. I only want to go to Chelsea, so
yeah.
I'm not going to move before Chelsea have finalized a deal with Brighton yet." So that was the position of Caicedo. And when it comes to Lavia, it's a little bit different situation because at the start we hear that Lavia was actually open to go to both Liverpool and Chelsea. We heard, but then after Lavia saw that Liverpool was going all out for Caicedo, then he was saying, "Why are they going for Caicedo now? They have been talking to me for some weeks now, and suddenly I'm the second target." So he said, "No, I don't want to go there." And then he decided to also join Chelsea and agree on a contract. And actually, Chelsea are making a deal for Lavia that's cheaper than what Liverpool were ready to go in
Yeah.
for Lavia for.
Mm.
So crazy days in the
Great,
market.
crazy, and not only crazy, but Andreas, it looks like that Liverpool have lost their pull. I mean, they
Yeah.
have that, they have European football. They have, you know, apparently so much history and so much achievements, and yet Chelsea, a team who finished 12 last season, who are not playing in Europe, are still able to attract, two of the most talented young defensive midfielders in English football at the moment to come and join them. So yeah, big
You
on.
know, Mo, people at this age now, 21, 22 years old, 19, even Lavia, I think is 19 or 20. But these guys don't care what happened 100 years ago, 50 years ago. They are looking at what's happening now. And yes,
Yeah,
maybe Liverpool was the better side than Chelsea in the last 5, 6 years. But if you look back after that, Liverpool didn't win anything. They have won just
mm,
one title in 30 years. And
mm.
Chelsea were dominating for the last 20 years. So they
20
are
years.
thinking
Yeah,
more about the project. Chelsea have convinced both Lavia and Caicedo that they have the more exciting project, that they have convinced the players that they was assured that Chelsea are going to keep investing. They don't want second or third place. They're only going to win because, and this is all going back to Todd Boehly and Egbali and Chelsea Co. because
You know,
they want.
yeah. You know what, Angela? Sorry to cut you off, but Todd Bowley and Igbali, they made some mistakes when they first come in, but I'm getting a real sense of determination from both of them right now to try and push the club in the right direction. They are working hard and they are trying to do the utmost, and it's not only about the money they're spending, but it does look like they are really invested in trying to push Chelsea forward. And I think they have learned from their mistakes. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about the approach of Todd Bowley and Igbali at the moment?
When two guys like this are coming in, and it's, by the way, it's not only Egbali and Boyle, because we are hearing about those two guys every single day, but we have to
Mm,
know that Mark Walter, Jonathan Goldstein, even Hans Verwis, they are in the project as well. It's
mm,
in Chelsea now. We have many investors with that £5 billion of net worth, and then you have Clearlake Capital with 60 billion plus. I think it's 70 billion or something like right now.
mm.
They are in that mix as well, and of course, Todd Boyle and Mark Walter and these guys, they are the ones that have that accounts, and Bedadag Bali is involved in that as well. But they didn't know anything about football before they started to go in. So of course, in the start, of course, it's normal that they are making some mistakes in the start. But then as they said from the start, we had a transfer. We were frozen. We had Roman Abramovich. He was not allowed to be owner anymore. Uh, at the start, it's going to take a little bit of time because they didn't have those people in place that could take the club forward. So they needed to get those people in place in the club. Like now we see in the sporting areas, we have added a lot of people that are working on transfer now. So it's completely different. It's a completely different story because now we have Paul Stanley, we have all these directors, even Shield, of course, was so vital in the Lavia deal. So
Lavia.
things are changing, yes, but they want to be really competitive and they believe that the only thing that is going to make them rich is to be successful with the football club and win.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, and you know what? They will make more mistakes. They're human beings, and they're, like you said, they're new to this
Yeah.
business. So mistakes are bound to happen. But let's hope that we can overcome them and eradicate them as soon as possible. And they've done a lot of reshuffling this transfer window. I mean, the amount of players we've sold, the amount of players we've bought. So there has been a big restructure of the squad. Talking about players, Michael Olise. We were expecting him to be a Chelsea player. Chelsea paid the release clause, but then all of a sudden today we had a madness. Can you give us a little bit of an insight to what actually happened with the whole Michael Olise situation?
So Crystal Palace were threatening Chelsea with reporting it to the Premier League, and forward there, it can be dangerous because it's Chelsea, and Premier Leagues are on Chelsea's nose, so they will be there right behind if something is happening after what happened with Roman Abramovich. So Chelsea wanted to be really careful and just, even though they didn't believe they did anything wrong, they just decided to go out, even it was a release clause. Um, they didn't want to proceed anything with Olise and just go out. Okay, it's no problem, we will just look after our other targets. And at the end, after Chelsea pulled out, Olise decided to sign a new contract with Crystal Palace, and it's just a
Mm.
4 years contract. So you understand that, yes, maybe in 1 or 2 years time, I'm going to be getting that move away anyway. So he said, okay.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Lewis Hall, a great young talented player for Chelsea Football Club. It looks like that he might be going to Newcastle, maybe on a loan, maybe on a permanent deal. What is the latest on Lewis Hall at the moment?
I think he is maybe going to leave Chelsea on a loan deal with an obligation to buy, and that means that the club have to buy him after the 1 year period is over. And it's going to be a good deal for Chelsea, I believe, because it's going to be something around the 30 million pounds mark, and it's going to be some add-ons included as well, maybe 28 million pounds plus 3 or 4 million pounds in add-ons. And it's actually something that Chelsea are accepting to do. They didn't want to do it at the start because they had other plans for Hall, because they didn't believe that they had to go so high, like 150 million pounds for Caicedo and then 55 million pounds for Lavia. So it went a lot high. So now they are more like happy to sell him, because also they have a lot of left backs. You know, Cucurella is still at the club. Ben Chilwell is the first man. He's the assistant captain at Chelsea now. And even Ian Maatsen can play that role, even though Chelsea is also willing to listen to offers for him. So they feel like they have a lot of competition on that position, and are okay with letting Lewis Hall go because of the competition they have, and because of all the money they have to use to get their main targets in Caicedo and Lavia this summer.
Okay. What about Gallagher? Because I'm hearing that Gallagher, he wants to stay, but Chelsea are open to selling him. What is the situation with him at the moment?
Yes, I've actually been told a little bit different than most, because people are always talking about Conor Gallagher is the one to leave, but I've been told more like Trevor Chalobah is more likely to leave Chelsea Football Club, because we have just bought Disasi, we have Thiago Silva, we have Ben Chilwell, we have Benio Badiashile, we have
Adishil.
Colwill, yes, Fofana. So many players in that position, and that's why maybe Chalobah is one to look out for. But Conor Gallagher is a player that Maurizio Pochettino really likes. But it's not totally up to him on this position, because now Chelsea have already bought in Lavia and Caicedo. So Chelsea are open to listening to offers, but they are not going to budge on the player if the price is not good enough for them to accept. So it's a little bit quiet at the moment, because Chelsea are not like desperate to sell him. They don't need to sell him. But if a good offer comes in, and I'm not talking 30 million pounds or something, I'm talking close to 50 million pounds, only then they
Okay.
are going to consider selling him.
Okay. Okay. Another player that is expected to be leaving is Hakim Ziyech. He has been approached by Galatasaray. It looked like the approach was successful in regards to Galatasaray and Chelsea. I heard that personal terms were also agreed, but then he went for a medical. He failed the medical. What do we know about Hakim Ziyech's current transfer?
I'm actually told that he has not failed his medical yet. I've been told that his medical is completed, but there are still some talks about the payment terms about the deal. So it's not about the medical or something. It's about signing all the documents. Personal terms and medical is not set to be anything that's going to not make the deal complete. So it's about making the right payment terms that Chelsea can agree on for Hakim Ziyech. But that's not seemed to be an issue so far. So as it looks now, Hakim Ziyech looks closer and closer to join Galatasaray.
Galatasaray. Okay.
Yes.
Another player, Lukaku. Any any information on Lukaku?
I have a little bit of an update, because Juventus, even though a lot of rumors have been going out that Juventus are not going to go for Lukaku anymore because of Chelsea are not willing to take Vlahovic as part of the deal. Now maybe actually Juventus are still looking at Lukaku, and maybe are going to go for some uh, sort of deal. We don't know if it's going to be a loan with an obligation, or is it's going to be just straight loan, um, or a loan with an option to buy. We don't know that yet, but we know that Juventus are still looking at Lukaku and still remains open to signing him. So it's something that we may see more talks of in the next days or weeks. So it's one to look out for Juventus. I'm also told that Saudi Arabia clubs are also looking at Lukaku as a possible, but as far as I know, at this point, Lukaku is still not open to joining them because he feels that he has more things to do in Europe and that he is not a Finnish player yet, so he can still do business in Europe.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We've covered pretty much all of the topics. Is it? Oh, it's a topic that is a little bit of a worrying one. Reece James's injury. It looks like it's going to be out for a couple of months, right? What have you heard?
Yeah. So what I have heard is that he has an injury, but he is still yet to have a scan as of Thursday night. So
Okay.
yeah, we might see tomorrow morning more news about the scan, but the scan has not been underwent yet. So
Okay.
we can actually don't know yet how long it's going to be, but I
Okay.
assume what Chelsea are faring right now is maybe um, a few months, yes, because it's the hamstring injury again that they are fearing. So
Mm,
it's a really difficult one. At least we have Malgusto to come in again and cover that role, but
yeah.
it's just terrible news because he has only played one game. He's the new captain of the team. So it's really frustrating news for all Chelsea fans. And we already have Fofana and Nkunku out for a long time, and then you're gonna have Reece James out as well. It's just
Yeah.
really difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean the injury situation is becoming a little bit of a headache for us Chelsea fans, especially Reece James. He's one of our best players, if not the best player we have in the team, and him not being available for so many games in the past few seasons has been problematic for us. But we'll see what happens with the scan, and we'll see what happens in regards to his injury. Um, I'm not going to be doing a match preview for Chelsea West Ham, people. I've got a few things going on over the next couple of days, but I will be doing a match review. So no preview, but there will be a review. So I'm going to take this opportunity to ask you, Andreas, what do you think is going to be the scoreline for Chelsea West Ham? What is your predicted scoreline for that game?
2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
push. I'm gonna push. Who do you think is gonna score for Chelsea?
I think Nicholas Jackson,
Yeah,
and I think Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez and Nicholas Jackson to score.
Yeah.
2-1 to Chelsea. All right. I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna say Chelsea are gonna win by 3 goals to 0.
Wow.
Yeah,
Without
I
Reece
think
James.
without Reece James. Yeah, I think
Wow.
Chelsea are gonna win by 3 goals to 0. I think we will possibly get a brace from Nicholas Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think Mudrik might also be on the
Mm.
score sheet as well. So I'm thinking two for Jackson, one for Mudrik, and I think Mudrik's goal is going to be assisted by Nicholas Jackson. How is that? How is that? How is that? How is that for being specific? Yeah, that's what I think is going to be the scoreline: 3-0 to Chelsea. Andreas is going with the 2-1 win. I think Chelsea will beat West Ham on Sunday, and I will be making a match reaction video to that. Like I said, logistically, I am unable to do a preview, but I will do a match reaction. Andreas, will you be back next week? I mean, I don't. What do we do? Do we make another show next week? Will you be back?
I'll be back. Don't
You'll be
worry, I'll be
back.
back.
I'll
So
be
let's do it.
back.
Let's do it.
All right. Fantastic.
I'm back.
Guys, Andreas will be back again on the Blue Lounge next week to give us the latest updates for this transfer window. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. Before I say goodbye, Andreas, any final words?
Mm,
He's thinking. He's
Up
thinking.
the
He's
Chelsea.
thinking. Up the Chelsea. That's the best. That's the best. That's the best. Listen,
Yeah,
keep
I
the
couldn't
blue
think
flag
of
flying
anything.
high. Keep the blue flag flying high.
Yeah,
Guys, thank you for
yeah.
watching. We will see you in a couple of weeks. And again, I apologize for the the rescheduling, but it is what it is. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great morning. Whatever time you're watching this video, we will see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Peace out.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.